Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Today on The Real Female Entrepreneurs, we're getting real, raw, and rooted with a woman who has turned life's deepest pain into powerful purpose. She's an international speaker, award winning author, empowerment coach, talk radio host, and the heart behind Balanced Symmetree. Through her signature rooted leadership framework, she teaches women how to lead with heart, heal with intention, and rise with unshakable purpose. From boardrooms to the battlefield of life, she's proof that resilience is more than a buzzword. It's a way of being. Please help me welcome the bold and beautiful force that is Erica Gifford Mills. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh, thank you for being here. I'm super excited to hear what inspired you to actually become the entrepreneur you are and actually start, writing, internationally speaking, and so forth. I would love to hear that.
I think the defining moment was when I stopped asking for permission to live my life fully. After facing a breast cancer diagnosis and navigating the unimaginable loss of my son, I realized I could either shrink or I could rise. And I chose to rise. And I wanted to build something rooted in healing, resilience, and purpose, not just for me, but for others who were also seeking that transformation and that healing. And that's really how Balanced Symmetree works. It's about growth, not about perfection. And it's about becoming really deeply rooted in who we are.
So let's go a little bit deeper. Can you tell us about symmetry? And you just showed us a little, but
Yeah.
what does it actually offer? Books, courses, what exactly is it? Is it a coaching
Yes.
program?
So, a couple different things. I do speaking engagements. So, for organizations who are looking for and I hate to say motivational speaker, but an inspiring speaker to rally the troops, to learn leadership, to learn how to be that authentic person. I also am an author in several collaboration books and solo books. And I'm actually right now through Balance Symmetry working on a trilogy with co-authors. It's called Like a Woman trilogy. So we'll have Lead Like a Woman, Live Like a Woman, and Love Like a Woman. Bringing 75 powerhouse women to the table to write about their leadership, their life, and their love experiences.
That is an amazing collaboration
Yes.
across the board. And I mean, those things that leadership, love, I mean, I feel like it's the LLL going on here.
Yes. You gotta live, love, let go, but you also have to live, love, and lead.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I'm going to call it the L series for me.
There you go.
All right. So, I know you have a very phenomenal family, close-knit family. You just told me you were with a whole bunch of them. Do you mind telling us about how you balance everything you're doing right now with actually time for family and friends and everything else you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, balance isn't about equal time. It's about that intentional energy. And it's what the quality versus the quantity, right? And I learned that boundaries are not barriers, they're bridges to peace. And when we give ourselves permission to pause, to protect, and be fully present, that that means so much to everybody around. And that's where that rootedness comes, right? That rooted leadership, that rooted purpose, when we can stand tall and when we need to know how to rest and be in that stillness. And that's where that balance lies.
Oh, you brought up rest. How
Yes.
important is that? Because sometimes I have a tendency to overwork. So, if you don't mind, let's bring that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing nothing for a time is not being lazy. It's about knowing when you need that peace. And it might be not just rest, like sleep, it might be the peace, right? To unplug, to walk away and be with that stillness. And sometimes we forget that. We think that it's all about the hustle, hustle, hustle. And we always have to be moving and we always have to be doing something to prove our worth. And that's not what we need to do all the time. Sometimes we just need to rest our body.
Ooh, that is so true. Resting the body just gives you like I woke up this morning, I went to bed early last night, and I usually don't. And I woke up and I was like, okay, now I'm ready to do what I have to do today because I felt
Right.
revived.
Well, and that's sometimes we just need to do that. And it's because it's about what we're putting into our body. I mean, I'm not just food and the rest, it's the people around us. What are we listening to? What are we reading? You know, if it's all that negativity or anything like that, it's that attacks our peace as well. And maybe that's what you need to rest from. So it's more than just sleep, right? But sometimes it very much is a sleep.
I know, but you just brought up you keep bringing up all kinds of cool points. Let's talk about this as well. For the simple reason, the surroundings around us make
Yes.
up so much. What do they say? Your top 5 closest people to you, that's who you become. And
Yes.
yeah, so you just brought up that phenomenal thing of even what you read, the music you listen to, what you play on YouTube, Netflix,
Yep.
Prime, whatever it is, what it does.
I mean, you think about it when you're feeling sad and you listen to a sad song, you kind of become more sad. But if you hype up the music and you put something powerful, like runners, when they go for a run, they're usually listening to an upbeat tempoed music. Well, what are you surrounding yourself with? Is it a bunch of negative Nellies or, Debbie Downers, or is it somebody who's going to bring that greatness out of you? And you can do the same for them. And that's where, I love the women's groups when it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. And when we can, and I hate to sound cliche, but, we rise by lifting others up. When we empower one another, we become even more empowered. And that is so important across the board.
So true. So let's talk about collaboration and empowerment. So
Yeah.
empowering other women, what advice would you have for them, for a woman who's trying to grow her business and might be struggling a little bit?
Yeah. We all go through that. It's the doubt. And you're not behind, you're not broken, and you're not alone. Even when you think you're in the darkness, right? You're not. It's growing. When something grows, before it hits the sunshine, it has to break through that darkness to get through to the surface. So if you're doubting yourself, actually good. That means you're growing. Trust your voice, lean into your values, and remember some of the strongest trees grow in the harshest of soils. And
Mhm.
so if you find yourself breaking through the darkness, that's right before you hit that light. Don't give up, keep going, and know that you were made for this.
So you're talking about that. So, I live down in the South, so we have hurricanes and stuff. And
Yes.
they always say that you can look at the trees and
Yes.
see like what kind of hurt they had. I mean, you can't see that on humans, but you can see what kind of damage or hurt they had and how they grew from that. And so I love that scenario whenever I hear those
Yeah.
things. And what you said just relates to that so much.
Yeah.
Knowing what you know now in business, career, having a best-selling author, writer, speaker, what would you go back and tell your 18-year-old self?
Woo. Stop trying to fit into boxes you were never meant to be in. Your worth isn't tied to perfection or praise. Uh, Set boundaries earlier, speak up sooner, and don't be afraid to take up space. And you don't need to be anyone else. You just need to be who you are. I think that's what I would say. An
Be who
original is
you
always better than a copy.
are. That is so true. And we're all unique in our own special
Yes.
way.
Yeah,
We
and
really
your
are.
uniqueness, your weirdness, your individuality, that makes you you. And I always say, like, let that fly. Like, be you. And the right people, you'll attract the people that are meant to be attracted to you.
Yeah, I always say, let that unique flag fly because I mean,
Yep.
I am, I mean, hey, we're all a little unique in our own way.
Yes.
Well, growing your business, what is one key strategy that has helped you advance in your business? And it could be something that is just worked, or it could
Yeah.
be a strategy that somebody said, "Oh, don't do that. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna move the needle," but it did.
Yeah. Um, Authenticity, actually. It's people don't buy into programs, they buy into presence. So for me, when I started building my brand, I built it by being human first and knowing that vulnerability isn't a weakness, it's a superpower in leadership. And I think staying real, grounded, and open to learning has helped me be relevant in a world that's always shifting.
Yeah, because that is one thing. The world shifts back and forth. Can you share any future plans or goals that you have that we need to keep an eye out on for you?
Yes, definitely. So the Lead Like a Woman, Love Like a Woman, Live Like a Woman trilogy. Also, I will be expanding my Rooted Leadership platform with some new courses and definitely um, more workshops for that rooted leadership.
Oh, that'll be phenomenal. Can't wait to
Yes.
hear about them. Those are gonna be amazing. So on a fun note, what is a
Oh,
superpower you wish you had for just one day, 24 hours? That's all you get it for.
ooh, I to touch people's hearts and let them feel their worth just for one day. So, like, erase any of self doubt, comparison, and fear, and replace it with fierce self love and clarity. Like, I think
Ooh.
that would be a wonderful superpower because it would not only see, I get to see how much people mean, but also they could feel it too. That or teleportation. I mean, I like to travel. So,
Well, you can teleport and then fix their hearts. How
there
about
you
that?
go.
And then come
Yes,
back.
I like that.
You could do a combo. Right. What's one fun fact about you that not a lot of people know about?
I'm a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. I may lead with heart, but I've got a mean roundhouse kick. So strength and softness, they can absolutely coexist.
Okay, I can see this now. This has gotta be fun. Has to be. So how long have you been, doing would it taekwondo, you said?
Yes.
Yeah,
So my son and I started when he was 5, and we did it together for 14 years.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
fun. That's fun. Alright. Do you have a favorite book? I'll obviously, I want you to tell us about some of your books that you have that
Well,
and then a favorite book as well.
um, so I would say The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. That book really gave me permission to stop hustling for worthiness and really start honoring my own story. And it cracked me wide open and helped me redefine leadership from the inside out. So I would say, love that book. Great. And I love Brene Brown anyways. She's wonderful. Um, my books, I think my two of my favorites are The Rooted Life, Live, Love, Let Go, and the companion workbook. And then my newest one, Rooted Leadership, because those were personal to me, right? They brought my own story out, and it was just my way of, I learned, I can help somebody else learn too. So
Amazing. Alright.
yeah.
Favorite song? You talked about songs earlier, about how joggers get the movement going. So
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite songs?
Fight Song by Rachel Platten. It reminds me that no matter how small my voice may feel, it still carries power. And then also, like, This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. It's an anthem for everyone who's ever felt underestimated or unseen. It reminds me to show up loud, proud, and unapologetically real.
Both of those are amazing.
Yes.
What about a favorite quote or quotes?
Okay, I'll give you two. So, since my son passed, the one quote that's carried me through a lot is God is greater than the ups and downs. And then the other one is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou, because no matter what life throws at me, I'll rise rooted, resilient, and radiant.
Yeah. So, and do you want to talk about your son's death since you brought it up? Because I think it might help somebody understand if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. So my son was a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps and loved it. He had plans on being a career military person. Um, Unfortunately, what we did not know is he was struggling with mental health, and he took his own life in September of 2024. And so it was just after I had my last surgery, and I was on the recovery end of cancer. So it was a great shock. And I mean, he still is my best friend. Wasn't supposed to be able to have him, and I'm blessed and honored that I got him for 24 years. And so, mental health awareness for active military and veterans is a big thing that I work on, to raise not only just awareness, but hopefully change policy and really move forward for so many people who work hard for us every day and protect us and protect our rights and freedom. We need to do more for them.
We always thank the military for their service, but sometimes we forget to thank their family. So we want to
Yeah.
thank you because
Oh,
the
thank.
family is the ones that actually are there supporting them because they go through so much. They really
Yeah.
do.
Oh, they do. They do. And it's a harsh toll in reality that goes with them. And I think that's sometimes forgotten.
Mhm. And thank you for your service with just supporting those parents, grandparents, children with because sometimes they're so strong, especially our military, or so strong they don't show what hurt they might have.
Right. They think because they think they need to be, right? They need to have this mask on. And when you wear a mask for so long, you forget that you can take it off.
With what you've been through, how do you stay motivated?
Um, I remember who's watching, and I remember who I've lost. And when I remember that every day, I get to wake up and I get to speak life into others. It is a gift. And so, you know, people say, "Oh, why do you do what you do?" I don't hustle for success. I want to really give service and return as often as I can to nature, right? I mean, you've heard me mention trees. Trees remind me that even in the storm, we can stay rooted, we can rise, and we can be beautiful in our uniqueness. And so that's really what keeps me motivated, is returning to nature and remembering those I've lost. I've lost both my parents, my son. Those were the three most important people in my life. And if I can help turn my pain into a purpose, or turn my wounds into wisdom for somebody else, I'm honored to be able to do that.
Oh my God, what a servant heart, wounds into wisdom for others. I mean, what a servant heart you have. So
Thank you.
true. Thank you. Oh my God. All right. Tell us, what is the best way for our audience to stay connected with you? Because you have so much that you give unconditionally.
Yeah, I mean, my website, balancedsymmetree.com. That's BALANCEDSYMMETREE.com, balancedsymmetree.com. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can watch my YouTube, at Balance Symmetry as well. I have my podcasts on there. And you can even set up your free Empower Hour call with me, and we can see how we can work together.
Amazing. Amazing. So, is there anything else you want to share with our female audience, or sometimes we have males, but with our
Yeah.
audience that we haven't spoke about yet?
Yeah, I would say my biggest thing that I did is I waited sometimes, right? You don't have to wait until you're ready. And as a matter of fact, don't wait until you're ready. You don't have to heal it all, figure it all out, or become someone else to start. You are already enough to lead, to build, to grow and shine. And the world doesn't need perfect. It needs you, rooted, brave, unstoppable, and just as you are.
Okay, Erica, you just hit another door to open because so many of us want it perfect. And you know what? If we just put it out there, miracles can happen, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it always can be better, right? If you reread something, you clean something, you wrap something, you could have always done it better. Don't be perfect, just be.
Amazing. You're right. Definitely. All right, Erica, you're a blessing. Thank you for being on today. I
Thank you for
appreciate you.
having me. It is my honor.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.